Good day, everyone. Before I formally start our discussion, let me introduce myself. My name is Kyla Faith Puyat, and today we will tackling about the art history timeline, and we will primarily discuss about the four main art history periods, namely the prehistoric period, ancient Egyptian, ancient Greek, and lastly, ancient Roman. And I will be assigned to share with you guys the interesting history of the prehistoric period and the ancient Egyptian. So starting off, prehistoric or Stone Age. People have been making art for at least 100 years. Prehistoric art illustrates the early human creativity through small portable objects, cave paintings, and early sculptures and architectures. The prehistoric Stone Age lasted from 30,000 BCE to 3000 BCE and is namely after the main technological tool developed at that time, which is stone. It ended with the advent of Bronze Age and the Iron Age. The prehistoric period divided into three parts of the Stone Age, which is Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and the Neolithic. The art of prehistoric Stone Age represents the first accomplishments in human creativity, preceding in the invention of the writings. So, first era is the Paleolithic era. It is characterized by the emergence of basic stone tools and stone art in the archaeological record. For the first time, humans began to create durable products of self-expression that served as no function for survival. The art of this period appears in two main forms: small sculptures and large paintings and engravings on wall and cave walls. There are also various examples of carved bones and ivory floats in the Paleolithic area, indicating the another creative form utilized by prehistoric humans. The second is the Mesolithic period, or the Middle Age stone, which lasts in 10,000 BCE to 8,000 BCE. For the Paleolithic through the Mesolithic, cave painting and portable art such as figurines, statuettes, beads predominated and decorative figures, working also seen in some utilitarian objects. These figurines were carved from soft stones such as satellite, castellate, or limestone, bone or ivory, or formed of clay and fire. The latter are also the oldest ceramics known, as also in the period personal accessories and adornments were made from shell and bones. The Neolithic period, or the New Stone Age, which lasts 8,000 BCE to 3,000 BCE. The Neolithic saw the transformation of nomad human settlements into agrarian societies in need of permanent shelters. From this period, there is evidence of early pottery as well as sculpture, architecture, and construction of megaliths. Early rock art also first appeared in the Neolithic period. And here we are in the ancient Egyptian art. Ancient Egyptian art is the painting, sculpture, and architecture produced by the civilization in the Nile Valley from 5000 BCE to 300 CE. Natural resources in the Nile Valley during the rise of ancient Egypt included building and decorative stones, copper and lead ores, gold, and semi-precious stones, all of which contributed to the architecture, monuments, jewels, and other art forms from which this civilization would become well known. High-quality building stones were abundant also. The Nile River, with its predictable flooding and abundant natural resources, allowed the ancient Egyptian civilization and culture to thrive sustainably. Revolve around the theme of permanence, as artists endeavored to preserve everything from the present as to clearly and permanently as possible. In fact, much of the surviving art forms comes from the tombs and monuments, hence the emphasis on the life after death and the preservation of knowledge of the past. Egyptian art can be divided into five periods, which is the pre-dynastic and the early dynastic period, Old Kingdom, New Kingdom, Middle Kingdom, and the Late Kingdom.
Good day. As for me, I will share with you guys the interesting history of Ancient Greek and Ancient Roman. Ancient Greek, or Dark Ages, refers to a time period between the end of the Mycenaean civilization and the start of the Greek Arc period. During the Dark Ages of Greek history, many significant settlements were abandoned, and the population continued to decline at a drastic rate. Dark Ages last for about 300 years, and many people of grace live in simple or small community. The people live a more pastoral lifestyle, or base their lives around their life's need. In Greek religion and the rational mythologies and cult worship of heroes play an important roles in this time. Otherwise, ancient Roman is recounted in traditional stories handed down by the ancient Roman themselves as the earliest history of their city in terms of legend and myth. The most familiar of these myths, and perhaps of most famous of all Roman myths, is the story of Romulus and Remus, twins who were suckled by a she-wolf as infants. Ancient Roman art developed alongside the growth of the Roman Empire beginning in 509 BC. Art was often used to glorify Rome's rules and to celebrate Rome's military victories. The enduring legacy of Roman art is seen in its influence on the Italian Renaissance, as well as on contemporary art forms. Art of ancient Rome are the monarchy, republic, early empire, high empire, and late empire.